Okay, I need you guys to be working in partners. If that's not possible, if you don't have a partner near you, you can go on your own, but I really want you to take this serious. This is a good review for you guys on what's coming up next. Let me make sure I have all this. Here we go, right here, this one. So now I want you guys to, I'm going to keep going back and forth with A's writing and then B, okay? B's talking, A's writing. We're going to go back and forth, all right? Make sure you know what you are. And also take a look at the bottom and how I set the screen up. I want, when B's talking, I want to hear this. The first step is to, the second step is to, and if there's a third step, go into the third step. But what are you going to be saying? Maybe the first step is to, and then look over here. If you need any help, the first step is to add the exponents, all right? First step is to battle or subtract the exponents. And then maybe the first or second step is to flip the negative to a positive, okay? Now, I'm going through probably the more challenging questions that you're going to see. Hopefully, you're getting a better idea of these certain types of problems. First problem, A writes, B talks. Here we go. Let's get started. Oops, let's go back to that. My bad. I hate it when it does this. All right. So let's try this again. We're going to have x to the fifth over x 11. And I'm not going to give you much time. Miss Alonso, feel free to pause at this point. Okay, so if I was hearing you guys talk, first step is to battle or subtract the exponents. Battle the same bases. Who's going to win the battle? The bottom by 6. Okay, and there's a 1 that has to go on top. What happened there? This guy came down and subtracted, but it's on the bottom, all right? If it was flipped and 11 was on top and 5 was on the bottom, then the x6 would be on the top, okay? Great job. Switch roles, switch boards. Let me try to fix my, there we go, just a little bit, there we go. Then, all right, so now B's writing, A's talking. Similar kind of problem, all right? Let's go. All right, maybe 10 seconds, go. The first step is to explain it, all right? Technically, the first step here would be there would be a 1 there, right? First step is to battle or subtract. Let's make sure we get this. Now we're going to go battle. The 1's going to come up here, so it's going to be x to the 7th, okay? Simple review. All right, now let's get into the more challenging types of problems like these, all right? We're back to A writing, B talking. Okay, now what about something like this? All right, 15 seconds, write it down, look at your partner and say, what do I do? Hopefully you realize that you need to handle your business with this step right here. You need to flip the negative to make it positive. This needs to flip sides. It cannot stay negative. In order to do that, you make it positive, but it has to flip. Now, how many x's are on the bottom? There's 14. Okay. 1 on top. There you go. 1 over x to the 14th. Okay. Very cool. Switch roles. Switch roles. B's writing, A's talking. Similar kind of problem. Once again, if I said, oh, this could be a little bit of a curveball. This will be on your slide deck later. Same kind of problem. Okay, so as you go through this, making sure, flip the negative, flip the negative. So this needs to flip sides, go up top. All right, then you're gonna have 3 to the 10th, okay? It's not gonna end up being 0. And I will give you a clue right now. If it was like that, if this was like this, we haven't talked about this, and this, they cancel each other out, right? They cancel each other out. So really it would be 3 to the 0, wouldn't it? Which equals 1, okay? Little quick review there. All right, let's keep it going. Now, what about something that looks like this? All right, who is writing? All right, now it's going to be A and then B. What if I said x2 y to the third times x4 y to the eighth? Looks different, but they're all being multiplied. Even though I know I put a dot here, imagine there's no dots. If they're next to each other, they don't have to have dots. They're still all being multiplied. So don't let that mess with you. But then, now let's go ahead and attack this. You can only add, so the first step is to add the exponents, right? Same bases only, okay? You can only add the exponents that have the same big base. That's the big letter or the big number, all right? So your final answer will be x to the 2 and 4 is 6, and y to the 11th. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Now we're going to kick it up another little notch here. All right, B writes A talks. Let's go ahead and what if I gave you something like this? B, write this down. A, you're going to talk it out. All right. A, what do you do first? The first step is to, and then talk it out. When you look at this problem, make sure you remember adding across. When I add across like this, I like to take all my positives first. So these two are going to equal 12, okay? The 8 and the 4. And then what do I have over here? I have a -2 and a -5. That's -7. 12 minus 7 equals 5. 3 to the 5th. If you got lost here, could you open up a calculator and just start rocking it? For sure. On the test, you could open up the calculator and go ahead and crush this problem. All right? Let's keep it going. Again, who is it? Okay, so it's A and now B. Let me look at your slide deck and see what's going to mess with you. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get into some multi-level type of battles going on. So write this down. Oh, come on back. There's a battle going on. Write this down, A. Okay. All right, and this is a Z. Now, let's go ahead and attack this problem. A, write it down, look at B and say, what do I do? B, if you're confused, go ahead and attack it from each. The idea is just do the X's first, then the Y's, and then the Z's. But you put your whole answer all together in one answer, but it's basically 3 separate problems. Go for it, guys. Okay, so if we battle these guys, that's a battle. Who wins the battle? The top by 1. Do I really have to have that 1 there? Nope. All right, who wins this battle? The Y by 5 on the bottom, correct? And then who wins the Z battle? Remember, there's an invisible 1 here. This one comes up here, subtracts there, so Z to the 3rd. All right. X, Z to the 3rd, Y to the 5th. That one was a little more intense. We're going to do a couple more. All right. B writes A talks. Let's go. We're going to do another one like this. What if I did this, though? This is going to mess with you. And it really shouldn't mess with you too much, but use the skills you have. Try this one out. What are you going to do? This needs to go to the top and turn positive. So how many X's are on the top now? That's part of your answer. All right, and then what about this Y battle? Does this 2 come up and subtract? So you're going to get Y to the 3rd. That's your final answer. All right, the only tough part was moving this exponent, moving this negative. All right, let me show you. We have one more that could mess with you. All right, here we go. This is one that's exactly on your slide deck, just like this, okay? this down. Who should be writing? I forget to write who is writing, but you should know. This is the last one. The last one we're going to go over. All right, what's going to happen here? We are going to do a bunch of battling happening. You just did one just like this, okay? So who wins the A battle? You guys go for it. B and C. A2. Uh-oh, what happens here? This has to move down. B to the 6. Okay. And then the C1 comes up here, subtracts, and it's going to be C squared. C squared over A squared times B to the 6th power. All right? Great job, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you can handle this. Let's make sure we take our time with our slide deck. Let me show you that if I can. Let's see, Marissa, can you pull this together? All right. In your slide deck, you're going to take your time. I'm not going to go over all these slides because you guys are more than able to handle this. You may think it's a lot, but honestly, guys, there is 20 slides, but some of these slides may take you 30 seconds to finish, okay? So go ahead. What would be the perfect day for you? Explain. I think that's kind of a cool problem. All right. I would be waking up early, making a big, nice, yummy breakfast, then probably playing with my kids, then maybe going to the golf course, then maybe going to the beach with my kids, and then maybe having a nice barbecue dinner, and then watching a movie with my kids and wife. I should include my wife, right? My wife as well is there. All right. Next question, next slide. What do you do to simplify this? Hopefully you remember what to do with this. This cannot stay the same. It has to flip. Same idea. I want to see your answer here. Flip it. We've done some of these already, but at the end, they're a little more challenging. There's a lot you haven't done on this. What do you do here? Handle your business. You got this. You got to multiply this, but then you cannot keep that an answer. It'll be a negative answer. You can't keep it that way. What happens when you have a negative? You must flip it. Explain what to do here. We've done this one before. My favorite ones. Okay, so make sure you include whatever you want. You can include whatever you want. If you want to include x's here and then a y, that's fine. 2, 4, and 3, that's fine. If you want to make it a negative, you can do that, but I want you to solve it. You can have them all be the same base or whatnot, but I still want you to solve it. If I solve this one, it'd be x squared, y to the 3rd. Okay, so go for it, guys. Oh, snap. Okay, never mind. I was actually doing that. Very cool. Keep it going. Now for this one, you're going to add straight across. We did one like this on the warm-up. Add straight across. Take your time with your answer. If your answer is negative, fix it. Same with here. We did this one in our warm-up. X and X, Y and Y. If this becomes negative with your Y's, then flip it. All right? You know how to handle this. Battle. Subtract it. This has got to go down. Make it positive, move it down. Make it positive, move it up. All right. We did this one in our warm-up. Handle this one. I love these kinds of problems. Do what you can. Try to use a negative exponent, it says too. I love it. All right, go for it, guys. Do the best you can. Miss Alonzo, you can always show everyone else's answers if you want to. You can have fun with that. This is great. I love these kinds of questions. This is on a lot of your IAB as well, right? Which ones are correct? Or why is this correct? Yes or no? And then you're going to have to explain. If you said correct, then you have to explain, or incorrect. I love this type of problem. All right? I'll give you a clue. It is not correct. All right? But you still have to explain why. Is this one correct? Oh, it says what's wrong. It even tells you it's not. What's wrong with the answer? Make up a problem for this. I love this one because there's a negative there. Let's go. This is fun. I enjoy these types of problems because it can be so many different answers. Take your time. Give me an answer. Very cool. All right. Do this one. Battle, battle. Pretty simple. Now we're getting into more complicated ones. Battle, battle, battle. Battle, battle, flip. Flip this. Flip it down. We did one just like this, didn't we? And then your last one, go for it. Ooh, this one's a little dicey. This one has to come up top. This one's got to come down. All right, guys, do the best you can on this. I know you guys can handle this.